Welcome to X-Learn's coverage of racing from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Ken Jones, Tim Bandit alongside, bringing you the exciting play-by-play of this 15-lap event featuring open-wheel race cars. Tim, what do you think we can expect here, as it looks like the competitors are starting to get ready, as we should be heading to the track in roughly under a minute?
But I'll tell you what, man, what we're going to really see here should be pretty exciting here. These AI cars is pretty wild. You got to watch out for the contact here, because these guys, they end up touching wheels. We're going to see some real craziness here, and these cars have no fenders, so when these guys touch wheels, it's going to be very, very delicate. So hopefully these guys use a little bit of common sense getting into turn one, and we don't see anything crazy, which wads up half the field before we even get going.
Well, that sounds like sound advice, Tim, as we get ready to head out to the track. Looks like we're going to have a field of 16 cars strong. And let's see our human competitor onboard car ready up as he does. So it looks like we are going to be along board for this race. If you saw our last stream when we missed that race, we're so happy to be with us. So we have a stacked field. Human competitors and AI getting ready to rumble.
Well, this is a nerve-wracking moment here right now. We got to watch out for turn one here, because like I said here, this is the dangerous part of the track here. Right now is the safe part here, because these guys are still under manual control, waiting for the race to start.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to go green here shortly, and the green flag is out. We're racing here in Indianapolis. Side-by-side contact. Oh, we already see trouble. Big crash going into turn one. A major incident. Multiple cars involved. And looks like our AI car is also involved. Oh, my goodness. Humongous crash going into the corner.
Well, we talked about these guys wadding them up, and we certainly did see that happen here, getting into the corner. A lot of cars torn up, heavy damage on multiple competitors.
Major crash. We saw onboard car getting involved in that, as we see debris littering the racetrack.
Oh man, that was a terrible crash right there. We see our onboard car moving back up here through the field. You actually see how many cars is torn up here, because it looks like pretty much, I would say from about third on back, got some tremendous damage here. We see cars getting up in the air, all sorts of chaos. We're down to 12 competitors. Remember, we started this race with 16, and we're just completing lap one right now.
Looks like we have a 5-car breakaway. These are all AI competitors. Oh, it looks like we don't have all AI. Looks like we have our human competitor representing strongly leading this race. That's a TUL. We're not really sure what exactly his full gamer tag is. As we're riding on board with the car here, we see some cars here all jacked up and slow here on the apron. But we're not really sure who this is here leading the race here. If we can get some confirmation, that'd be great. Maybe pass that along to you as soon as we get it. But right now you can just see the abbreviations of the top five or so. Fourth place is missing from that. Oh, here's a great battle. Oh, we see a car up into the wall. Who's this? That's the 11th place competitor in the wall.
Well, I tell you, man, we haven't even gotten around here. What lap are we going to complete here? I believe this is going to be... Well, we got some rubbing here. Rubbing is racing here, but certainly not open wheel cars. This is real unusual here. This guy here is just bumping and knocking on our onboard car, but he's able to take that spot, but he certainly did get some damage. Both cars got some type of damage from that.
Boy, with this kind of situation, you can imagine we're not done seeing crashes, as there's a car still on the inside of the track smoking. Not sure what's going on with this cat right now. But right now, it looks like the leader has a huge lead. 18 seconds we're seeing here on our 4th place competitor. Not so sure how that translates to the rest of the field, but you can see right here from our listing here of 1 through 6, there is not really too many close battles on the racetrack right now. Looks like we're hearing confirmation of more action here. We apologize for you not being able to hear the chat audio, but looks like one of our competitors did a back roll in the back straightaway. That looks like a Zaya Vasquez. But we have attrition continuing to take its toll. Not even to the halfway point of this race. We expected Indianapolis to be grueling. We discussed how the first corner was going to be quite a hot spot for action, but we were not expecting it to be quite this action-packed. But I'll tell you one thing here about being out of the race is that you get to see some pretty spectacular replays, because Project Cars does a great job of that. Project Cars also does a pretty good job of doing different onboard cameras. Right now we're looking at the main onboard camera for our onboard car. See if we can switch through some of these. Well, this is a great view here. Feel like you're riding along in one of those old-fashioned sidecars here with this side camera. Let's take a lap with this. Well, we're hearing reports of all sorts of problems for cars here. Apparently, one of the cars out here has some engine problems. It's like the competitor is taking responsibility for that, because apparently their engine did blow as a result of over-revving it from doing donuts in the infield. Yeah, I tell you, that'll do it. I mean, these engines are pretty strong, but I mean, you can't go around doing that all race. It's not going to work out for you. But I mean, we've seen a lot of things not really work out for people here in this race here, so that's nothing new. Boy, what a great camera here. Here's another camera. This is the helmet cam. Yeah, I mean, you see this pretty much popularized on broadcasts you see of NASCAR on Fox. I guess NBC somewhat uses it too, but they make this seem like the next greatest thing since sliced bread. And right now, you know, this pretty much, I guess this is pretty good. I mean, you can see right here, this is right here what the driver would be seeing if he was sitting inside one of these race cars. This is live on XLRN. XLRN on YouTube. Yep, XLRN on YouTube. Feel free to click that subscribe button while you're checking us out. Attrition continuing to take its toll. Now we're down to 9 cars in this race. I mean, it's unbelievable to think that we started this race with 16 competitors, and we're down to 9. Look at some of these other cameras, as it looks like we're going to see our onboard car go a lap down. Boy, that name went by so quickly we weren't even able to see who it was. But that means there's 3 cars left on the lead lap. A grueling race here at Indianapolis. You're just past the halfway point. Well, Indianapolis is always pretty grueling. I mean, we see on TV when these guys race Indianapolis, attrition is usually pretty high. I mean, we wasn't expecting attrition to be quite this high at this point here. I mean, if you're just joining us, boy, we've had a whale of a wreck getting ready to go into turn 1. Didn't even make it past the start-finish line barely before we saw half the field just wiped out in a major crash. There's a few more skirmishes following that, but, you know, wow, that first wreck, that really pretty much set the tone. Riding along with our onboard car, he is a lap down. There are 3 cars on the lead lap to our knowledge. That number might have changed as a result of the frantic pace the leader is running. We are not sure, because from our onboard car, we cannot really see any other competitors. But whilst we have the spectator here, and the next spectator, let's change up our onboard cam. If you're unfamiliar with Project Cars gives a lot of different cameras. As we see, it looks like an AI car is getting ready to come up here and battle here with our onboard car. This might be a battle for position action. extremely unfortunate that the audience cannot hear the onboard audio content of the game chat. As for whatever reason, I suppose we are not able to transmit that. We also apologize for, I guess, our lackluster commentary at the moment, because it's not really a lot to describe at the moment, although we might be seeing something shortly to describe, as the battle for second looks like it's starting to, the battle for fourth looks like it's starting to heat up a little bit more. But right now, that's the best battle we can describe to on the racetrack. The leader is in another county. Yeah, this is the same old story here. This guy here having a very strong run. You see our onboard car just trying to hold on here to this fourth position. A lot of cars out here really damaged, as you can tell by the high attrition rate.
Just at your own personal best fastest lap. Keep it up.
If you're just joining us, this race, believe it or not, started with 16 competitors, and we are down to 9. Most of those competitors were wiped out in a turn 1 accident. Excuse me, actually a little bit before turn 1 an accident. So we have another viewer here who has joined us, and we thank you for joining. Unfortunately, you missed the major melee, which changed the complexion of this race and pretty much set us up with, looks like it's going to be a pretty non-competitive finish. A multi-car crash happening, starting on the front stretch, on lap 1. Collected 7 vehicles. And now we're down to 9 of the 16 competitors left on the track. Yeah, I mean, that was a wild crash here. I mean, we talked about right in the pre-race that you got to watch out for turn 1, but we were really expecting, as soon as these guys, the green flag dropped, for everybody to just wreck up on the front row. And boy, that really was a shame for a lot of these guys. They didn't even get a chance to get their tires warmed up. Speaking of warming up here, this battle here for the 4th position. Warm up a little bit more. Starting to enter the dusk phase of this race. Laps winding down. We can tell you who the leader is, but he passed us so quickly that we did not even get the chance to catch his name. This guy here, we'll find that out shortly here, but he's putting a whale of a whooping on him. But you know, after this race here, the kind of whooping this guy's putting on these guys, it's going to be hard to forget this guy's name. Still see debris on the track from that major multi-car melee. So that was a tire stuck towards the inside of the track. Fortunately, there's not a way to turn on yellow flags in this Project Cars. We're not talking to ourselves specifically in that instance. And we apologize for the person that is just joining that we do not have the in-chat audio available for broadcast for whatever reason. We experienced technical difficulties, so we're trying to answer those questions and broadcast simultaneously. I guess you can consider this an exhibition of multitasking. Boy, we got to be seeing the end of this race come pretty shortly.
Personal best, great job. Okay, you've got good pace. It's time to turn it on a bit. Let's push a little harder.
We got a lot of cars coming up here, getting ready to knot them up here. The blue dots there on the radar, those are human competitors. We got one coming up here, getting ready to make this a pretty interesting battle. Possible 4th position, or maybe this is the leader getting ready to come up here and lap, and I'm not really sure. It's like this might be 2 cars knotted up in a ball. Looks like we are getting confirmation this is the leader. So it looks like we are going to get a vantage point of the finish of this race. As the leader's going to come across. I believe that was the leader at least. But we saw a battle here. Got a battle right now going on for the 4th position. This is a great battle. Let's see what's going to happen here. This is a great 3-way battle. Oh, some tight racing going on for that 4th spot. So he really used him up there. That was a slide job. We don't really see that in IndyCar very often, but he was able to use it and hold on to that spot here. Let's see who's going to hold on here for 5th. And there you see the finish of the race right there. Looks like Tulo, a little hard to pronounce that name, Pav1 is number 1 here at Indianapolis. You see the rest of the finishing order. For XRN, this has been Ken Jones and Tim Bannock. Click that subscribe button for more exciting content.